Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Finsterau, the home of the World Nordic Skiing Championships 2017. It's time for our victory ceremonies from the 6 cross-country sprint races that we had earlier on today for you.
From Norway, Mr. Sal from the USA, and Mr. Yarovi from the Ukraine.
It was a fascinating and entertaining, a frenetic day of sprint racing here in the heart of the Bavarian forest. We know that plenty of you watching the live stream from around the world were very much entertained today, and we're glad that we could bring you those pictures. It's time to celebrate our winners. We'll start very shortly with the victory ceremony for the men's sitting sprint. And a bit of a false start. Maxim Yarovi halfway up the ramp, well on his way to that #1 spot.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Just been asked to pop back for a second so he can get a warm round of applause as he does make his ascent up the ramp. There he is, the world champion.
Country sprint men sitting. Please welcome the medalists on the stage.
Now you can go, Maxim. Now you're allowed on the stage. This time you've got your applause from another packed house inside the very impressive new hall here, built just in time for these World Championships by many members of the local community here in Finsterau and the surrounding villages.
The bronze medalists of cross-country sprint.
So the bronze medalist was Norway's Trygve Steinar Larsen.
Mr. Trygve Steinar Larsen!
The 44-year-old just missed out on a medal yesterday in the middle distance biathlon. This time he gets to witness the victory ceremony from a new perspective with a bronze medal around his neck. World champion in 2011.
The silver medalist
still going strong, still at the very top of the sport at 44.
Mr. Andrew Soul.
So silver went to Andrew Soul of the USA.
And the gold medalist.
There he is, big smiles for Andrew Soul, 37 years of age.
Champion representing the Ukraine. It's Mr. Maxim Yarovi.
The world champion, the gold medalist, Maxim Yarovi, best in the world this season in terms of the cross-country World Cup standings. The reigning world champion from 2 years ago, silver in Sochi 2014. Back-to-back world titles for the 27-year-old.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you can.
And not for the first time this evening, we'll hear the national anthem of Ukraine.
the national anthem of the
Maxim
Ukrainian
Yurovyi is the 2017 men's sitting sprint cross-country world champion.
And the silver medalist from the USA, Andrew Saul, and the bronze medalist,
Glory once again
Steiner
for
Larsen.
Yurovyi after success
Take a nice picture now.
at the previous world
And
championships.
then let's go on. And we are changing the order of victory ceremony. The team from Belarus is missing. We are changing the order, and in a few seconds we're gonna do the cross-country sprint man standing. Please prepare for the ceremony. Mr. Wowczynski from the Ukraine, Mr. Skupian from Poland, and Mr. Repchuk from the Ukraine. Please come to us in a few seconds.
So as our Master of Ceremonies is just explaining, we're changing the order slightly of this evening's victory ceremony.
Mr. Skupian and Mr. Repchuk.
We were initially
from the
intending to
Ukraine.
do it in the order in
Please
which
prepare.
the races were raced today. Not possible with a few athletes still on their way to this victory ceremony, so we're going to bypass you for
Okay,
now,
then, ladies and gentlemen,
Andrea
let's
Eskau.
start the next
Andrea Eskau, the German silver medalist from the
And
women's
this is the
sitting sprint.
cross-country sprint.
She will
men
get her medal
standing.
at some point.
Attention, please. So the medals.
But first,
will
we're going to do the
again
men's
be
standing
presented
sprint.
by Dr. Olaf Heinrich and Gerhard Geier. And these are the medalists of cross-country sprint man standing. The bronze medalist representing the Ukraine, Grigory Wowczynski.
The bronze in this race was won by Grigory Wowczynski by a hair's
And the
breadth
silver
from
medalist
Hai Tao Du of
representing
China.
Poland, Witold Skupiew.
Silver and a first major international medal for
And
Witold
now
Skupien at the age of
gold medalist
27.
and world champion representing the Ukraine, Igor Repchuk.
But the world champion is Igor Repchuk, frighteningly good at just 22 years of age. He's the reigning long-distance biathlon world champion from the last two world championships. But it seems that a tenth of the distance in a cross-country discipline was no problem whatsoever for him earlier this afternoon. World leader in terms of the overall World Cup standings this season. So he was the form man coming into this race. And he converted his strong season so far into a world title and another gold medal for Ukraine.
And we're waiting for the medals now, and here they are. The bronze medalist representing the Ukraine, Grigory Wowczynski, will receive his medal now, the bronze medal.
We found the medals, and they can now be presented.
The silver
bronze medal
medalist
for Grigory Wowczynski.
representing Poland.
That's two bronzes in 2
Witold
days.
Skupiew.
Wowczynski. Good performance by Witold Skupien. Finished 11 of 13 in the middle distance biathlon
The
yesterday.
gold medal for the World Championships, representing the
Very
Ukraine,
much at the
Igor
business end
Repchuk.
of this particular race. But here's the gold medalist. Here's the world champion, Igor Repchuk. Sixth in cable 2 years ago. Top spot this time. Igor Repchuk is the 2017 men's sprint standing world champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you can for the national anthem of Ukraine.
Ihoretsu, world champion in the men's standing sprint cross country.
And this time for
the national anthem and the medal ceremonies all, as ever, impeccably observed by a packed main hall here at the Finsterau ski stadion. Lots of interesting parties this evening. We had quite a variety of nations winning medals here on day 2 of the World Para-Nordic Skiing Championships.
He's motivated for the next competition, I see. And
you'll see there that the 2 Ukrainian flags have remained on the stage.
The cross-country sprint women standing, please prepare.
They've just added a third one.
Miss Bui, Miss Kononova, and Miss Liashenko.
Because there was a Ukraine 1, 2, 3 in the women's standing sprint.
This is the victor ceremony for cross-country sprint women standing.
Kononova and Liashenko were on the podium yesterday at the middle distance biathlon, but in a different order.
In this case, Heinz Bröchinger from the Firma Tyracons. Gentlemen, we start again with the bronze medalist.
So the bronze medalist
representing the Ukraine
was 21-year-old Irina Bui.
Miss Irina Bui.
The best sprint performance before today was 9th at the 2013 World Championships. She's come a long way since then, and she is the bronze medalist here in 2017, 4 years on.
And ladies and gentlemen, the silver medalist is representing again the Ukraine.
Now the silver medalist came to Finsterau to try and defend 6 of 6 world titles in all 3 biathlon and all 3 cross-country disciplines, but she was unable to do so. Alexandra Kononova has the rare experience of standing behind the number 2. She was beaten to the world title by her compatriot Lyudmila Liashenko by what must have been 4 or 5 centimetres. If that, Liashenko has had to bide her time. There, the handshake with her 2 compatriots. She has had to play second fiddle to Kononova for the last few years at the top level of Para-Nordic skiing. She is a gold medalist and a world champion for the very first time. 6 silvers and a bronze in cable 2 years ago. Gold medal this time. And once again, it's the national anthem of Ukraine. Ukraine 1, 2, 3 in the women's standing sprint. Liashenko, Kononova and Bui.
For the athletes from the Ukraine, this was the victory ceremony.
A huge moment in the career of Lyudmila Lyashenko at the age of 23. Finally, she beat Alexandra Kononova.
The silver medalist, and Lyudmila Lyashenko was the gold medal. We are changing the flags now, and we're gonna start.
Grigory Vovchinsky, whose wife is Alexandra Kononova, who
visually impaired. And
I'm sure asked him to take a couple of pictures, but he'll be used to taking pictures of her with a gold medal around her neck.
The guides. First, Mr. Clarion, Monsieur Clarion.
That's Andrea Eskau of Germany, still patiently waiting for her victory ceremony to take place from the women's sitting sprint.
Please get ready, Mr. Utkin and Mr. Perchoda from the Ukraine, and from Sweden, Mr. Modin and Mr. Andersson. If you are completed,
we are currently preparing for the medal ceremony of the men's visually impaired sprint.
Ukraine, and from Sweden, Mr. Clarion, Mr. Utkin and Mr. Modin,
which was dominated
okay,
by Sweden's Sebastian Modin.
And this is the victory ceremony for the cross-country sprint men visually impaired. Please welcome the medalists.
There are our medalists and their guides.
And the medals will be represented again by Dr. Olaf Heinrich, the chairman of the local organization.
Fabulous headgear being sported by the two Frenchmen on the right-hand side.
The bronze medalist representing
Very nice.
France, Mr. Thomas Clarion.
On the left, Thomas Clarion,
the guides,
and his guide on the right, Antoine Bollet. Been going well in the World Cups this year, Clarion.
Pour la France, Monsieur Thomas Clarion.
He equals his best international medal, got bronze in Sochi over 10 kilometers and in the relay.
Deux médailles bronze pour les
Yeah,
athlètes
a
de la
bronze
France,
medalist
Monsieur
at a World Championships
Clarion
now.
et le guide Antoine Bollet. Another silver medalist representing the Ukraine, Yuri Otkin, and the guide Ruslan Perchoda.
Now this man was in this victory ceremony last night, claiming gold in the middle distance biathlon. It's silver this time for Yuri Utkin. Not a bad start to the championships in Finsterau for him. Only 10th in the World Championship sprint 2 years ago. So a good display from him, but the world champion is Sweden's Sebastian Modin.
And the guy Johannes Andersson.
His guide is Johannes Andersson. Great celebrations on the line, Modin, when he claimed his world title. Been on the major international stage for 7 years, since Vancouver 2010. Still only 22 years old. His first world title. Having a gold medal around his neck will feel very good indeed for Sebastian Modin of Sweden.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you can for the national anthem of Sweden.
The Swedish national anthem sung in earnest by Sebastian Modin and his guide Johannes Andersson, the 2017 men's visually impaired sprint world champions.
Sebastian Modin from Sweden, silver medal for Yuri Utkin from the Ukraine, and Thomas Clarion from France.
Pretty good character, Sebastian Modin, very likeable chap. Very, very useful with a pair of skis on his feet as well.
And please get ready for the
silver for Yuri Utkin after gold yesterday. Bronze for Thomas Clarion of France.
Impaired. It's going to be interesting for Austria in a few seconds. Please prepare Miss Sachanenka, Miss Shishkova, and
next up it's going to be the women's visually impaired sprint victory ceremony.
If you are completed, you can
and this
enter the
was
stage.
Our final race of day 2 here in Finsterau, and it was fraught with drama. There were multiple falls throughout the race, both very early on and very late on as well.
You can enter the stage now.
It's almost like a Formula One race can sometimes pan out. This one, in terms of the first corner being fairly bunched up, there were at least one guide and one athlete went to ground. Others had to go the long way around to avoid them. But clear of all the danger, and first through the first corner was Karina Edlinger, and she led thereafter. And that smile, I promise you, has not left her face.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, give them an applause from the bottom of your hearts. Welcome the medalists. The medals will be represented by Dr. Olaf Heinrich and by Heinz Burg.
There's been a lot of Austrian supporters here in Finsterau today as well, and they have been making plenty of noise, let me promise you.
Belarus.
So bronze went to Svetlana Sachanenka
and the guide Irina Nafranovic.
And guide Irina Nafranovic. Sachanenka was actually in contention for silver as they came into the home straight, but maybe 20 meters or so before the finish line, in her full efforts to try and get into silver medal position, she just lost her footing and went to ground. Managed to get up in time to cross the line third ahead of Olga Prelutska and make sure that she was part of this victory ceremony. Sachanenka on her major championships debut.
Oksana Shishkova and her guide Vitaly Kazakov.
Silver for Oksana Shishkova, who came into this as the world leader, the in-form cross-country skier in the world. But she was caught up in that mayhem in the first corner, and it was always going to be an uphill struggle afterwards. Still a silver medal for Shishkova. Silver in the middle distance biathlon yesterday, so it's 2 silvers from 2 so far for her. But probably the most popular gold medalist, that's certainly not from Germany here in Finsterau anyway, is this lady, Karina Edlinger. She is still absolutely delighted with the fact that she is a world champion, standing there on the stage with her brother and guide Julian Edlinger. Just a fabulous, fabulous character, an infectious smile. She's been interviewed by Austrian TV, German TV, the International Paralympic Committee's social media channels, and each time she has been an absolute delight. Whoever she speaks to around the Finsterau Ski Stadion cannot fail to be inspired and engaged by her character. 18 years old, a major championships debut, and the world champion in the women's visually impaired sprint. Karina Edlinger, well done to her.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you can for the national anthem of Austria.
Fantastic moment for Karina Edlinger and her brother Julian. High five to celebrate. I don't think she'll ever stop smiling, you know. And why should she? She's the 2017 World Champion. Silver for Oksana Shishkova and bronze for Sviatlana Sakanenka.
Thank you, girls and guys, the visually impaired women. You come on the stage. Thank you very much. Great competition. Karina, great. And the last ceremony. Please get ready. We have changed the order.
It is now time for the women's sitting sprint victory ceremony. To see all the hugs there for the Edlingers. There were at least 5 Austrian flags on the finish line waiting to greet her. One of the stories so far of these World Para-Nordic Skiing Championships, and we are only 2 days in. So we had to wait a short while to get this ceremony underway. And last but not least, on day 2 here in Finsterau, it is the women's sitting sprint victory ceremony.
This is a victory ceremony for cross-country sprint women's sitting. Please welcome the medalists. They are already on the stage. Give them an applause.
The medalists are up on the stage there.
And these medals are again represented by Dr.
And the bronze medal was won by Lydia Hrafayeva, who picked up her first major international medal yesterday. It was the colour gold in the middle distance biathlon. She's up there again. Bronze in the cross-country sprint for Lydia Hrafayeva. The world leader coming into the World Championships. Bronze medal.
Representing Germany, Deutschland, Andrea Eskau.
Good reception for Andrea Eskau, 45 years of age. Was the world champion 2 years ago. It's silver this time for her, to add to the bronze she picks up in the biathlon yesterday. Still at the very, very top of the sport, Andrea Eskau. And delighted to be on the podium on home snow. Oksana Masters, though, is the world champion, and a fist pump and a smile that says it all for Masters. Just outside a medal yesterday in the middle distance biathlon. Bronze in the sprint 2 years ago on home snow in Cable. It's gold this time around for Oksana Masters. She is the 2017 Women's Sitting Sprint World Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you can for the national anthem of the United States of America.
The national anthem of the United States of America for Oksana Masters, the world champion. She performs at the highest level in many, many sports, and she is at the very highest level of Para-Nordic sprint skiing. Silver and popular as ever, Andrea Eskau of Germany. Bronze for Lydia Rafayeva of Belarus. You can see all of the winners so far, all of the results from the 2 days of competition here at the World Para-Nordic Skiing Championships at the website www.finsterau2017.com. Lots of reaction on Facebook and Twitter, all over social media, using the hashtag Finsterau2017 if you want to look at and indeed join in with the conversation. No competition tomorrow, so the live stream will be back with you just before 10 o'clock Central European time on Tuesday the 14th of February, when we've got long distance biathlon world titles to decide, 6 of them in fact. We hope that you can join us then, Tuesday the 14th of February, just before 10 o'clock Central European time. But from day 2 of the World Para-Nordic Skiing Championships, good evening from Finsterau.
Und am Dienstag sehen wir uns dann um 10 Uhr zum nächsten Höhepunkt auf der sportlichen Ebene zum Biathlon Einzelwettkampf. Das wird ein Knüller und so ist dann auch